following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Fucking windy today, but I guess that helps blow the dust away. I just wiped it off, so looking pretty good. The dark areas are the low areas, and that area is where it's flush, so gotta fill in the dark areas obviously with Bondo or maybe a little bit more of that stuff. I got a little bit extra left of that panel bond adhesive and shit, so gives me a pretty good roadmap of how to follow. So you want all of it to look like, you know, that gunmetal gray, not that dark black. So we're getting there. Yeah, made too much Bondo. But then again, it's always better to have too much than too little. That's why I got the big jug. Spread it on very thin, just doing the low spots here. As you can see, that's what I want. That'll make it really flush. See if I can do that while I got the time today. Give this a good half hour. Stuff dried up quicker than I thought. I even did a little bit on the other side here. You know, if I had more time before it cured, I'd be able to fill this in, so I got a good starting point. So I'll just sand that down and just, you know, finish it off. I laid down the Bondo on top of the panel bond adhesive. That went alright. Sanded it down until it was like gunmetal gray and uniform. Filled in all the low spots as much as I could. And then Bondo will do the top 2%, you know. Let it sit for a day. Sand her down. Just making a campaign across the whole fucking C-pillar section. Both sides. Yeah, when you sand this shit down, it goes to like a gunmetal gray compared to like the black. Like oil black to gunmetal gray. And feather it in with a 120 grit. I'm going to work my way up to 320. Just bought a bunch of 220 sandpaper pads. Same process, you know, more bond on this side. It's going to have to, well, I got everything but spot putty. That's what you need for pinholes. Let's see how far I get without that, but I might ultimately just need to buy that shit. Sand this down and see where we're at after that.
Please don't hurt me, 'cause I'm smaller than you. Show me your back, I'll stab it for you. The dead can't play. It's give and take. The dead can't play. It's give and take.
This is where we're at right now. Keep going back and forth, side to side, side to side, working on one C-pillar versus the other. The more sanding, the more bondoing, the more the low spots get filled in. It's looking pretty good. It's an arduous process. That's what bodywork is. Just giving this some more time to cure. Generally, I let the Bondo get about 20 minutes to a half hour to cure and then have at it again. It's hard to say which is the worst. These C-pillars, they're pretty gnarly. But then there's that lower quarter right there, so your guess is as good as mine. But I'll tack them both. I ain't afraid of this shit. Rest don't make me run away. But we will make progress on it. And when these C-pillars are done, I'll work on whatever else needs to be attached to it. It's a lot of car to work on. In case you're wondering how to take off old crumbly pinstriping, it's relatively simple. Just need a razor blade. Start at the very end. It's a little bit delicate procedure. You want to do it just right so you can just peel it off. Kind of like a band-aid. Don't bother sanding it off. It'll just take forever. Just peel it off, starting with a razor. Take your time with it. You could sand over this, but you'd be doing it for 600 years. Pretty much that's the gist of it. 200 more feet of this shit to go. I gotta take this shit apart to mess with this. Oh yeah, it needs a... It's grounded there. I'm not even sure if I want to keep these opera lights. I may just fill it in and, you know, what's the word I'm thinking of here? You know, delete it out, as they say in the industry term. Opera delete. Finally, they were only welded through together with kryptonite. Fucking A. Okay. Not only that I had to get that off, I gotta figure out how the fuck am I gonna address this. In order to get this chrome trim off, I gotta remove this, which is glued on to expose these screw heads, and to replace these are $1,200. That's right, $1,200. I had to take my respirator off just to clarify the expense of it all. Not so sure if I want to spend $1,200. I mean, that's, you know, more than half what I paid for the fucking car itself. If I can just get something to cut into the channel right here, just get right into it, grind it out, that'd be perfect. Well, that's a hurdle I'm at right now. Because beyond that, this is all done. Gotta hit some bare metal areas with primer first before I move on with this. For the most part, it's looking pretty good. It's gonna need one more hit from this. One more shot of that and this area should be done. But I gotta hit the bare metal areas with some of this shit. There's a little bit of that. Don't want it to flash rust. Good. Well, when I figure out a plan on how to get inside of here, I'll get back to you on that. So I'm not gonna pay $1,200 fucking dollars. $1,200 fucking dollars for weather seal. I'll figure out a way around that little hurdle. Mark my word on that. I found a way. Bend her down, open up the channel, spread her legs, and go right in. Hammer back up and just repeat all the way around. It's metal, it can go back. Hammer out, hammer in. I told you I'd think of a way to fucking do it. Ingenuity, that's what it's all about here for bastardization. Adapt and overcome. And win. I got this much done so far. I did carve out that channel with that grinder disc. Of course, I dug into the metal a little bit and exposed some rust, so I used some rust reformer. That's what the black stuff is. Needs 24 hours to do its thing, so I'm going to let it do just that. This is where they sandblasted it, and I hit it with primer, so no need for that, no point, so stops right there. Save myself $1,200 in that regard. I'll come back and sand that down, you know, put like spot putty on those little small spots. 99% this is all smooth. Even though it's got like a splotchy look, but that's what happens. You have so many hills and valleys you gotta even out. Jeez, what a fucking mess. Same ordeal on this side. Banged up the trim a little bit, but I can even it out. I can even buy one of those flat-headed hammers and just, you know, really get jiggy with it. That'll be later. I'm basically working ass forward. Ass to the front, I mean. Because I'm not going to use the trim on the waistline here. I got a bunch of cutting discs for a Dremel. Just going to zip them off. It's going to be fucking fun. I mean, I plan on putting trim there, but not the stuff that requires this. 3M makes like one that sticks to it. Come in any width you like. So I'm going to try that. And if I decide to reuse this, well, yeah, I'll do that. But if I want to delete it out, it won't be that hard. It'll be similar how I fixed the C-pillar on the other side. Just, you know, sheet metal behind it, 3M panel bonded adhesive, and just fill it in. Whatever the thickness of the metal is, because that'll be the distance from this to the metal behind it. Leave like a crater, but you fill it with that stuff and you sand it. Thin layer of Bondo. It'll just be like the one spot right here. You barely even feel anything there. But it's all coming together. Well, take a wild guess where I'm at, because it sure shit ain't fucking Disneyland. At the local junkyard, of course, because I need more parts of the Valdez. As I'm getting it close to being done, fucking C-pillar needs those plastic covers over the opera lights. Never came with it, so got lost over time, but I'm told a lot of Cadillacs from the 70s and the 80s had that exact same part, so I'm going to see if the one off the 70 Seville will fit. Looks like the right part, at least. We'll give it a good test to see if it is. I brought my bezel cover with me from the Valdez to see if it's the same. If it is, if it fits, I'll take it home. Anything else I'm gonna fucking need. And yeah, it's fucking raining today, and I don't give a shit if I look faggoty with an umbrella in a junkyard. I don't like being rained on. Especially when I'm getting this shit done here. when I get those bezels off, if they fit. God, I hope so. Look around, see if I need anything else, and take that home too. Make this like a one-stop shop today. Let's see if that fucking thing works. Well, here's a moment of truth. There it is, untouched. That's the one that came off the Valdez. Wouldn't you know, it's a perfect match. At least that's how it looks. There we go. In pretty good condition. Fucking A, that's what I'm talking about. Grab the other side and be good to go. Let's leave that in there. Leave that in the bag. Got a little bit of tools to take that with. Really only need one of these, but I got a drill that, a power drill for the screw heads in case I need to go that far and take the metal piece off. At least my car was never that bad. Again, fucking vinyl roofs. What a god-awful idea. To look opulent, you pay a price for rust. Be gentle, this is not new plastic. Score. I don't even think they reproduce these, so when I take them home, I'm going to make sure I don't lose them. I'll glue them in if I have to or do something. That's tits, as far as I'm concerned. You know what? I'm going to take the fucking metal pieces too, just in case. It's better to have spare parts. It's better to have spares. Because I fucking hate making trips out of town to do this shit. I like to have everything on hand. Doesn't need much. Work on the other side and put in the bag, and we'll move on to the next thing to look out for. Here's the other side. Gotta take it all. I mean, I don't need, the bezel and the back part. I just need the cover, but it's nice to have spares. That's all. The rain's letting up. Just for a minute I can go without holding the damn umbrella. Now I somehow lost these pieces here. I'm pretty sure the auto parts store may have replacements, but I'll just get them right off the junk car. This part's going to be usually tricky. Snip the wires. Ta-da! Cut and jerk it off. Gotta get these. Well, it's just the little tab pieces I'm gonna take, so I don't need to get that on video, but the meat of it I got, so we'll wrap this up and look for other shit to take home if I need it.